Oh, hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be getting more into my 2024 planner. I'm going to be setting it up, getting it ready for the new year, which hard to believe is only in about a week now. So we're going to get into this. For those of you who did not see my previous video on this, I picked the Hemlock and Oak weekly. I did do the printable version. They do provide a free PDF of all of their planners, so I just used their free PDF of the weekly. I tweaked it a little bit, and then I put it into a big happy planner that I had extra that I knew I wasn't going to be using. So this way I just kind of, get to use all of my planners. Nothing goes to waste. So just in case if you're seeing this and, if you're coming on here and you're like, I got a Hemlock and Oak planner, which speaking of the Hemlock and Oak planner, because I have the daily version, so I do actually get the true Hemlock and Oak planner. Guys, this thing is gorgeous. It's super cute. The only thing for me is for a weekly planner, I do prefer the bigger size. So this little guy here, he, it would just be too much, because my writing's like really big. So I do keep this for my budget planner. It is the daily version. But, yeah, so we're going to be working on setting up my weekly, which again is the Hemlock and Oak. So let's get into this here. Whew. How was your Christmas, guys? I'm telling you, mine was exhausting. And just knowing that we got to be setting this up, it's like in one way I'm excited, and another way I'm just like, oh my god. So, though I did this in a previous video, so this would have been the Hemlock and Oak reflection. Again, you're reflecting on previous events that made you feel content, that made you feel proud, that made you feel fulfilled, and that there were just moments in your life that were filled with positive progress and or change. So I did talk about this layout here in a previous video. If I can find the card for it, I will put the card up on top for you if you're interested in this. But these are the pages that I'm interested in today here, and we'll see how far we get along. If I can keep this going at a certain, at a good time, I will just include timestamps. Other than that, they're just going to be separate videos, guys, because, it could get pretty long here. Okay, so what we've moved on to, since we got the reflection going on, we've moved into the introspection. And what they're stating is, and again, like, you don't need a Hemlock and Oak planner to do this, guys. You could seriously do this with a page, just a regular sheet of paper. I all know we got those happy notes books. Some of us may have extra bullet journals around. I do highly recommend these types of pages, though, because it is a way of getting to know yourself better. This way you can align your goals more with your values, which means that you're more likely to work on them and achieve them. So what they're stating is the exercise for the introspection is to basically sit, not to be disturbed. You're not going to be interrupted. So you're going to close your eyes and you're just going to think, what does your ideal life look like? And it's kind of funny because at first, like, I know we all do those things of, like, during the day of, like, oh, if I had this, my life would be better, and oh, if I had that, my life would be better. And it's kind of funny because whenever, like, yeah, you're gonna get those items, but you have to actually, like, really think about it and just be like, okay, like, is there anything else? Are there other items where like that would mean more. That would, improve your life a lot better. And you really do find out that it's not really the things that you can buy, it's the things that you surround yourself with, that you engage with. Um, Maybe it could be burdens in that like if you could eliminate those types of burdens, then your mind would be freed up to work on other things. So when I did this exercise, which again you're just gonna I took like 10-20 minutes. I believe mine was 20 minutes. I try to get into it, and it's, what does your ideal life look like? Like if you woke up tomorrow morning and you literally just had, like, not the perfect life, but it would be the life of where you felt the most content. um so you're going to imagine every detail that brings you happiness, that brings you pride, that brings you fulfillment. Again, we're going back to these reflection pages. So again, things that make you feel content. We've already learned that was the home that I used to live in. Fulfilled is having, success in my shop that I wasn't sure if it was actually going to take or not, and somehow or another it did. Being pride, you gotta think about, like, okay, so I met the star requirements for the, star program. Um, so, like, things like that, like where you actually work towards something and you actually achieve that goal. To me, those are the things where I feel the most proud. Um, so, like, and then you're going to look at the sensory part of it. Like, what are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you hearing? What are you touching? What are you tasting? And you just try to immerse yourself in that idealistic sense of state of being for yourself. And I do write on like a separate sheet of paper before I start writing in my planner. Because in that way, like afterwards, and again, I'm gonna like review it and I'm gonna sit and look at it and be like, okay, is that something that is like absolutely necessary? So, what I came up with, which these would have been two separates. Okay, they started off with, I still do want to own a home. Okay, eventually, one day in my life, I do want to own a home. Um, I am more towards I believe they're Edwardian type houses. I could be wrong. Maybe they're Tudor houses, but like just like a little mini cottage, okay? It doesn't have to be deep in woods, but I don't want to be like in town where I'm like 6 inches away from my neighbor. Just something, just like a little small piece of land that's mine, with a cute little cottage type house on it, where I got like a little porch and I could sit outside and I could go out and play with the flowers and, that type of thing. Definitely not where I'm at right now. Uh, I want a cozy home. Um, like I said, these were two separates. So it did start off with is that I wanted a big kitchen again. Like the place I used to live in had a larger kitchen, had a lot more counter space. I actually had a stove. Guys, I haven't had a stove in over 5 years. And I used to be somebody who liked to cook. And I'm wondering if I stopped liking to cook because of, like I have to, use an electric skillet and a toaster oven and stuff now. So maybe that will come back. So that was like technically a hobby of mine because I would find different recipes. So like once I saw that I wanted a bigger kitchen, with more counter space, and then I'm thinking like I want to buy a home in that. So I'm like, okay, those can be combined into two. So again, that's why I do this on a separate sheet of paper. Um, okay, so the next one, of course, would be more time with Bert. I love time with Bert. Bert had a wonderful Christmas this year, guys. He loves this time of year. He's actually a very good cat. He doesn't attack the tree, he doesn't attack the decorations. Actually, he goes around and cleans them because he knows that it's going to bring him presents. Bert is 13 now, so we all know for kitty years, he's pretty old. So, to me, any time I can get with Bert right now is precious just because I do know he is an older kitty. So, to me, the ideal life would be that, I understand we gotta go to work. But if there was any way possible where I could get more, not even like whole days, if I could just get more time to spend with him while, I have the chance to spend with him, I will take that in a heartbeat. Okay, so the next one would be organized. Again, I'm going back to the house that I used to live in. There was little to no clutter in there. Everything had its own place. There was no mess. Again, that's probably because I live by myself at the same time. But, to me, that brings me so much comfort, knowing that I don't got a bunch of crap laying around on the floor, that there's not like heaps of laundry everywhere, that there's not dirty dishes everywhere, that there's, no cans and trash and stuff I gotta deal with now. But like just knowing that everything is organized and it's neat and tidy, one, it just gives you that yes feeling whenever you're coming home from work. And two, it's a lot easier to clean. So, to me, that would be ideal. Even the home that I'm living in right now, even if it was a little bit more organized, which is like, it's next to impossible because of how small it is, and then there's two of us in here. And then we're like oil and vinegar guys. It's just we really have two very different living standards. But to me, like if it was a little bit organized, a little bit more tidy, I don't think living here would bother me as much as it does. So just having that organization would definitely improve the quality of my life to me. Of course, next would be debt free. Again, this is one of those where I was talking about like burdens. It's, you're not always talking about it, but it's always on the back of your mind of, oh God, I got that debt. Oh God, I gotta pay that off. How am I gonna pay that off? How long is it gonna take to pay that off? And to me, just knowing that like all of that was paid, I didn't have to worry about it. I could actually like put my monies towards things that I want, such as like this nice home here. That would be idealistic. Excuse me. Every video. Okay, so the next one, my ideal life, of course, would be my health. Again, it's not all about material items. So like I said, like you're gonna find that it's things that you surround yourself with. So again, debt free. Not really gonna have a lot of material items if you're debt free. You see what I mean? Like I'm not spending. This one is time. You really can't buy time. Can't buy organization either. That's technically less items, less clutter. So my next one is health. Like I've always said this, but I'm gonna say it's more than likely because of my whole health downfall a couple years ago. It was a little scary. I got a glimpse of what it's like whenever your health isn't the best. And I'm just saying, guys, I'm not going back to that anytime soon. I will do anything possible not to do that. So, again, like my idealistic life would be to be physically strong, to reduce any injuries. Again, it's not all about the physical health, it's about your mental health too. So again, I want to be mentally strong too. Because to me, I think If, like, I'm mentally clear, I believe that I would be more calm, I'd be more balanced. I would be able to juggle the home, life, creator, death triangle there. um, but then again, like you know, you got all this stuff running in the background too, so it's all connected. And of course, last would be success with my shop. Um, which I mean, it's going pretty good, guys. I can't complain for all the more that I got. It is pretty successful. I mean, I'm not going to be living off any of the sales, but it's from what I understand is that the customers are happy and enjoy, you know, what I make. It helps you plan better, more functional, successful, meaningful lives. So to me, that's where you really have to define success. And to me, that is really what a successful shop is where I can make products that actually like help. I mean, if I was making enough to, you know, wherever I gotta quit my job and that, but I was getting like 1-star reviews and people were angry, I wouldn't call that a success. You know, it's gonna go downhill soon. So to me, it's, you know, knowing that I got happy customers and they appreciate the things that I make. So that is kind of like my introspection page there. To me, it's almost kind of like a little vision board. I think they just renamed it. So, if you're onto this page and you're having a little trouble with it, just try to think of a vision board. Like, you know, like what do you want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you want that comfy home? You know, and I just did like a quick Google search for most of these. Of course, these are like mine. You know, Birch Bird, and my shop is my shop. But other than that, these are all Google searches. It's just to give you that little visualization um, to what you're thinking about. If you're a doodler, you could doodle these too. I've done that in the past. I'm trying to think, where's my other one? Because I feel the last one was a little bit more doodly. So, digging through last year's planner, guys. So, yeah, here we go. Last year I used stickers. So, I mean, we could even see, like, they pretty much stay the same, but then again, some things change. Last year would have been mornings with Bert, okay, because I had coffee and Bert. That's no longer possible. But again, like, I still want time with Bert. It was my time to reflect. I don't got that no more, guys. I lost all that. So, you know, things can change within a year here. Okay, so, you know, love my family. She was thoughtful. I did want to work from home. I mean, in one way, I still want to work from home, but then again, with the business picking up, I am starting to see it is a little tricky. There's a lot of juggling. Um, if I lived by myself, maybe it would be like a little bit more possible, but I don't. So, yeah, it gets a little tricky with that because, you know, you're sharing space with another. Um, okay, this is another good one, time to help others. So, again, like I am going with the time thing. Um, so, like, volunteering, improving the lives of others, optimal health. My health has greatly improved at from the start of last year. Just because I did start taking action on it, but that's because like the injury kind of healed. So this was the first time where I was actually able to start taking action on improving it. So yeah, like no pain, less prone to injuries, um, time to create, skill development. So, I mean, there's many ways you could make this page. You know, you just do it the way that you're best able to. There's really no wrong or right way to do it. But like I said, like it really comes out as kind of like a vision board to me. So, don't let the phrase introspection scare you away. Try to make it fun. So, okay, so we're still moving into the introspection. This is where I wasn't sure if I should make these separate videos here. And I still might, because this is getting into traits. And the next page is kind of boring, anyways. So I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. I believe we're right around the 20-minute mark. So here we got the introspection. So maybe I'll list it as like introspection part 1. But I am going to turn these into shorter videos. So if you're interested in learning how to go about this whole character traits thing, please check out my next video. And again, guys, I just want to close out by saying thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more Plan With Me's.